It is a pleasure to introduce Riad. Riad works for the Max Foundation in Bangladesh, and he is responsible there particularly for Bangladesh and Nepal, and I hope we have this presentation now. And over to you, Riad.
Thank you very much. I would like to welcome to my presentation. It's a nice weather today, and one question, if you think in your mind, that how we enjoy our life, it's always good. But if we think how people enjoy their life when they struggle in the beginning of their life due to nutrition, if they suffer from malnutrition, then the struggle starts from the very beginning and it goes on all over the life. So this is a big question that we need to work, and that's why we are working for under 5 children. My presentation is to show how integration of WASH and nutrition works and how a private sector involvement make a big change. In our presentation, the integration for stunting impact the healthy village approach. I'd like to tell you the story, our experience in Bangladesh, how we did it, and what actually we found. This is a program that we designed in 2015 based on some study that found by Newman in SHINE trial that indicated that if a WASH, nutrition, and healthcare are combined together, integrated together, then it can give the maximum output in terms of nutritional. So stunting was an indicator taken there, and we also followed that. We designed Healthy Village based on the WHO framework, and using the theory that we combined many theories together. Particularly, I, of course, tell the name Dr. Robert Chambers, the PRA theory that we used here, and also Dr. Eisen Fishbein, whose theory also used here, and also World Bank studies and many other studies. We took the recommendation to design this program. We call it Healthy Village. It's an integration that we do. Particularly, we integrated WASH, nutrition, governance. But another important thing that is talked too much, it is private sector. So we designed a private sector-led program where private sector assigned the major task to make the change. We engaged the micro-level entrepreneur, we call HPA, Health Promotion Agents. They are entrepreneurs. We trained them. We supported them to reach door to door, community to community, with knowledge, with messages, and also with the products that people need due to the demand. We started our program by measuring the children. So data is very important here. We don't know who is suffering. We don't know who is dying. Every day, 1,000 children is dying. We don't know who is particularly dying. If we would know, then we could act. That's why data-driven approach became an important issue in our program, that we need to know who is in at risk. So the risky children need to be identified. And that's how the local government, the community, and the entrepreneurs and private sector need to act. Otherwise, we cannot work in the dark. What we designed, that we first identified the children, then we ignite the community with that data, ignite the government sector also with that same data. And also we use this data to utilize for private sector demand creation. So that's how it's become a data-driven approach, also an entrepreneur-driven approach. But local government had a very big role for controlling standard setting, norm setting, etc. The goal here we set to reduce water and fecal-borne diseases. But we took stunting as a proxy indicator for this approach. So stunting, though it is a lot of debate there, stunting had a lot of things, but when we apply this, it is not such what we thought earlier. It's really simple. Utilizing stunting data is not a hard work. Now, healthy village, we set some indicator to declare a healthy village. You can see a picture here that is a declaration of healthy village done by the local government a few years back. We have some set of indicators, 17 set of indicators that includes WASH, nutrition, healthcare. and also some government indicators and some private sector indicators. So it combines, and if a village have practice of 75% targeted behavioral change, then we call it a graduated village. And if it is 90% change, then local government comes to declare it a healthy village. When healthy village is declared, then local government become more responsible for stopping the slippage for future. And assigned private sector is more responsible to keep it up because they have a bigger market then. So the more the people have better lifestyle, they are better consumer. This is the theory. Here, when we are measuring the result, we see it's a really good result that we, even more than what we estimated in the beginning of the program. Here you can see we reached 1.2 million people, and it is not very costly. We spend more or less €7 per household. So it is very, very little amount we spent, but we try to take energy from the community, from the entrepreneur, and from the local government. That's how it became big. On the other hand, 19,000 children. We measured 76,000 children, every children in the community, and 19,000 children is the outcome who are saved from stunting. I'll say what the result came at the end. So this is a real scenario that we encourage to do more, and we are now doing better design or using the learning for future. And this learning ultimately relates to the data. All things are here, and we set a lot of data management procedure internally, and also we use the data for measuring height and weight, the children nutritional data, anthropometric data, and also household well-being data, and communal data for wash, nutrition, safe water, hygiene, sanitary pad use, etc., etc. If I show the result, a dramatic outcome here, you can see we started the 51% stunting rate in the communities in average. And at the end of the project in 2021, in December, we found 25%. We are really surprised. How? Because there is COVID, there are some storm, flood, but still it happened. Even before the COVID, it was 1 to 2% per annual. But here, it's almost half. This is surprising, and that's why we come to share this tremendous outcome. Actually, we try to understand that why it happened, why this kind of pandemic and other things could not stop this change. Even people had less income, economic challenges. So we understood that there might be some real thing happened that related to entrepreneurial support. On the other hand, mothers' behavior, parents act on their children. Here, if we see another impact that we studied, that how it happened, that nutritional action have a large impact here. On the other hand, the sanitation also have a large impact. So wash and sanitation, it work together. So where the sanitation is better, the nutritional outcome is better. So that is the learning what we have now. On the other hand, one interesting key issue here is the entrepreneurship. We started with some entrepreneur. It is quite new. We had to introduce some local entrepreneur who goes door to door to sell the product, connects the sanitation marketing, connects the sanitary pad marketing, nutritional marketing, and then they bring all these things. And at the end, when we measured, we do measure annually, but at the end we measured that 12 million euro is invested by the community through the entrepreneurs in private sector, which was almost double than our project money. So it's a big leverage that we learned. Now, we are trying to scale it in the, out of Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, we are also scaling in urban areas by integrating more like climate change, also integrating the disability response, and also some other important issues that we could not include earlier. On the other hand, we are scaling it in Ethiopia, and also some tool and instrument are used in the Right to Grow program, which is also being implemented in 5 countries in Africa, and also in Bangladesh. So that is what we have here. But one important thing that what we actually get out, takeaway from this program, we learned integration really works. In past, it was a confusion that whether wash have any relation to nutrition or not, whether stunting can be prevented by only nutrition or only by wash, whether it will work or not. But we have the answer by our learning. So yes, integration really works. But it will work when you use private sector quite efficiently, because government supplies and other things are not really dependable when there are a lot of challenge in the government system and also in community have suffering from economic crisis. Then private sector need to act. And it also brings the banking, microfinance, and other relations in the community to solve a program in particular. Third, policy and strategic issues are there. If policy is something like that, then there are big gap how to involve private sector, how to make them access in this scenario. That policy is needed. So that is end, and thank you very much. You may ask a question to me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. This is impressive, like 50% less stunting in 3 years of a program. That is really very impressive. We have time for one question while the presentation of the next speaker is uploaded. Who has a comment or remark, please? Where do we have the microphone? Yes.
Very impressive, Riad. Yan Zhen of South Tech China. I just have a simple question. In the same time period, in other areas of Bangladesh where you didn't have this type of intervention, what was the decline in child stunting rate?
In particular, during the COVID situation, there are limitations of having a study, that people, researchers could not go to the field. In other areas where there are some studies done, we try to check that how it really differs from the area where we worked. So it shows the difference, but we did not have enough information on that, how the other organization did study in the area where we did not work. But in our area, we also involved KIT, Royal Tropical Institute, to do some support in our research, and that also based on the COVID impact. And that really gives a lot of information that it's very difficult to share all this in this limited time, but it gives an indication that if such kind of preparation, because we started the program in 2017, and by this time more than 2 years already done, so it was a kind of preparation or something like that. We did not expect a COVID there, but when COVID came, people already have some good behavior like hand washing, hygiene, better hygiene. Yeah. So that's how it happened. It made
super.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye.